Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down some concepts which are directly from my new and latest book. Okay, Mastering the Expressions. We're also looking at order of operations and simplifying. So I'm going to pull a couple of those problems in, and I just want to see if you can solve them. So if you can, awesome. Go ahead and just put the axing. Oh, sorry, something's getting kind of weird. Okay, so if you do have the answer to it, go ahead and put it in the chat. And if you're not sure what it is, you can also just put a question mark. So this live is basically for a lot of those adults that are just like, I haven't seen math, or I have never been comfortable with math. I like to take certain concepts that you generally see in the ASVAB, the ACCUPLACER, the TEAS test, the HESI test, any kind of test that has to deal with Algebra 1 and some of Algebra 2. And I try to put it in a way and break it down that almost anybody and everybody can understand. So thank you so much for you guys coming on in. I greatly appreciate that. So if anything, if you have your answer, go ahead and let's see what you got when you're solving for this. So we have negative 4x minus 4 equals 3 times 2 minus x. So what you're basically doing is you're trying to solve for x. That means we want to get x on one side of the equal sign and then get our numbers or maybe an expression on the other side of the equal sign. All right. So as you guys are popping on in, if you're just like, hey, I think I get this, Audrey, or I don't want to do this, it's math, that's fine. Because no matter what, I'm still going to be here. I'm going to try to come in as best I can. I'm just trying to fit in between tutoring sessions. So if you think you know what the answer is, go ahead and pop it into the chat. I see there's a lot of people popping in here. Thank you so much, Sin. I appreciate it. Okay, Pleasantima is in here. Thank you so much. All right, and I see Courtney popped in. Hey, Bobby, how are you? We got George. We got user 61. Albert, how's it going? Okay, user 30. Oh, there was a Morris. All right, everybody's like, oh, she's calling names. We're getting out. So no matter what, if you do think you know what the answer is, go ahead and put it in. If you're not sure, put a question mark. So at least I know that I'm not just talking to myself. All right, thank you, user. How are you? User 61, I see you. Albert, hello. Morris, welcome in. Okay, user 30, well, let's say, okay, it's not the same. All right, so we got user 30. Okay, Courageous. Oh, Courageous, you're being very brave. Yes, you are with the negative 10. Okay, I have my triple dots with 5. I have Raul with negative 10. Morris is setting me up, just basically typing it all out. All right, go ahead and break it on down there, Morris. Thank you, madam, for the rose. I greatly appreciate it. George is saying negative 10, so he's starting to agree. Okay. All right, other people are probably like, I'm not putting my answer down there. But it's okay. This is a safe space, all right? So, as we're going to get everyone coming in, let me see if I can get you guys started. All right, so I noticed right away I have 2 x's. So one on one side, one on the other side. But I need to officially get all my x's on one side and then all my constants and everything else on the other. So let me raise this up a little bit so we can still see the problem. So if we have negative 4x minus 4 is equal to 3 times 2 minus x, first thing I need to do is the distributive property. I need to distribute that 3 to everything inside the parenthesis. So 3 times 2, that gives me 6. And then 3 times a negative x, a positive times a negative is a negative, and that gives me 3x. So what happens to the equal sign? It comes down as well as our negative 4x minus 4. All right, so now we need to get our x's on one side equal sign. And I know a lot of teachers are probably saying, hey, You should always have your x's on the left-hand side. That's fine. You could do that. And it doesn't matter. There's the secret. The secret's out. As long as you isolate your x on one or the other side, that's what you're doing. So I notice a lot of teachers are doing almost like a little tick mark to show that this is one side equals, that's the other. So if you want, we could add 3x on both sides. Okay. So that means we have a negative 4x and a positive 3x. So think of it this way. You owe me $4. You paid me $3. What's happening in this situation? You're owing me $1. So that means we have a negative 1x, or we could say negative x. I'm going to bring down my minus 4, the equals, and the 6. What happens over here is a negative 3x and a positive 3x. They cancel out to give me 0. Not 0x, 0. Okay, just cancel it out. Because remember, we moved everything over from this right-hand side to the left-hand side. So we always got to even things out. There it is. Thank you, Lele. Here we go. We got our plus 4 and our plus 4. So negative 4 plus 4, they cancel out to give me 0. But I don't need to put that placeholder there because I still have this negative x. Bring down the equals. And then 6 plus 4, that gives me 10. So now, this is not my final answer. The reason we have a negative x, we want a positive x. So it's always assumed that there's a negative 1 that's in front of that x. So when you see a number and a variable next to each other like that, that's multiplication. The inverse of multiplication is division. So that means I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 gives me a positive 1, positive 1x, and x mean the same thing. Okay, equals 10 divided by negative 1, that gives me negative 10. So x is equal to negative 10. And then here is my matching. Okay. Remember to do this? Good. Nice. All right. Now, if you decided when you got to this part here, you decided to add 4x to this side, that means your x is going to be over here and you subtracted a 6, you're going to get negative 10 equals x. Boom. Answer. Done. Okay. So you see that you're going to get the same answer either way. All right, let's do another one since we're here. Let's try, let me do it this way. Let's try this one. Okay. Hey, Big G Money. How are you? Today was a better day. It was above freezing. It's amazing how your mood just rises when you're not shivering everywhere you are. It's crazy. All right, so we're just on the second. Just got off of work. I feel you. I feel you. I'm about to get back to work in about a half an hour. So, yeah, my day started about 8 o'clock. So, all right. So all we're doing is solving. We have 4 times 2x minus 1 equals negative 10 times x minus 5. Okay, so Ali is saying 8x minus 4. Okay, thank you so much for the follows, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, what the Susu is saying, x is equal to 3. Okay, Kaden is saying x is equal to 3. Hello, Kaden. Okay, Colin is setting it up. Okay, step by step. All right, Colin, I see you. All right, Kaden, I see you as well. Cardi, I appreciate it. Okay, waiting. Forgot about the 50. All right. Okay, you took all your calculus. Always watch these streams. All right, well, thank you. Appreciate it. I know, like, once you take calculus, you're like, I just need something to ease my brain. It gets to be a bit much. All right, Lima. Hello, Lima. Okay, you're saying x is equal to 2. All right, again, if you guys are just coming in, what I do is I just break down concepts. Now, I know someone's going to ask, is this going to be on the ASVAB? The ASVAB is the entry exam that they need for military. Yes. Is this on Algebra 1? Yes. Is it on Algebra 2? Yes. Is it on GED? Yes. Is it on ASVAB? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so I'm hitting on all of those concepts just because it's not in a word problem right now, but we still have to understand how to break these things down. Okay, and we're saying, is it 3? Okay, we got 22, simple divide. Okay, we got 58 and 18ths. All right, let's break this on down. All right, so the first thing a lot of you guys did mention, which is excellent, we need to distribute. I'm going to see if I can write a little bit larger so you guys can see. Okay, so this is the situation, just in case you want to see it larger. Now, first things first, I'm the realist. No, I'm just kidding. We're distributing our numbers to each of its parentheses. So we have 4 times 2x, so that gives us 8x. 4 times negative 1, that gives us a negative 4. Okay? So now we're going to take our, hey Michael, our negative 10 and x, we're going to distribute that, so that's negative 10x. And then we have negative 10 times a negative 5. A negative times a negative, that gives me positive. 10 times 5, that gives me 50. Okay, how we're doing? Hey Candy, how are you? Okay, Brain Dead is saying x is 3. Okay, Di is saying x is 3. Shauna is saying x is 3. All right, so let's see. So now we have an 8x on one side and we have a negative 10x on the other side. So we need to get all our x's on one side of the equal sign. It doesn't matter. All right, so if you want, we can add 10x, because in order to move from one side of the equal sign to the other, we need to do its inverse, okay? Please remember that. If you don't remember anything that I tell you, remember, when you're solving these, you are finding the inverse. That's how things move. So now, 8 plus 10, that gives me 18x. I'm going to bring down my minus 4. And what's left on the right-hand side is our lovely 50. All right? So now, we need to break this down even further. We want x by itself. Right now, we got this negative 4 kind of lurking around, right? So we need to basically do the opposite. Since we see a minus 4, we're going to add 4 to both sides. So now we have our 18x. Okay, now 50 plus 4 gives us 54. All right, so now, good, there you go, Manders, I love us. So we're trying to get x by itself. It's 18x. When you just see a number and a variable stuck together, that means you're multiplying. So you need to do the inverse of multiplication. Opposite of multiplication, there you go. Is that Kai? Is saying going to divide. That's it. So we're going to divide not just one side, but both sides by 18. 18 divided by 18 gives me 1x, or we can just simply say x, because we always assume there's a 1 in front. Now, 54 divided by 18. There we go, everyone. That is 3, okay? Because 8 times 3 is 24, carry the 2. 1 times 3 is 3, plus the 2 gives us our 5. So we got our 54. Okay? So our answer for that bad boy is 3. The reason, okay, the reason why I have like a solve and I have an answer card is because I have a bunch of flashcards that I put together. The one thing that a lot of people are saying, well, I need a whole lot of practice. I need worksheets out the wazoo. And you order all these worksheets and then you do the first one and that's the last one you did. Or you download an app, you're like, all right, I'll do it. I'm going to download this app. I'm going to do all these problems. And you do all 10 or 15 problems that's on the app. And then you're like, do I really know it? Or do I really want to absorb it? So that's why I designed this book. Okay? So inside this book, we have a lot of flashcards in there. It's a total of 300 flashcards. Okay? With answers. So you're going to play like a matching game. All right, so first one's evaluating, and then of course, I give you an answer sheet. I'm not going to leave you in the lurch. Give you a little answer sheet, but then the next section is going to be the solving. So I put that on the other side. All right, and then the solving, you got your answers. Again, answer keys right here. And then the last part is going to be your simplifying, aka order of operation. So let's do a couple examples of order of operation, because order of operation is huge in all of the examinations. All right, so let's try. Let me get rid of this paper. Let me flip it over because paper is expensive. I really could put it in my Ultimate Math notebook, but I don't want to be too salesy, you know. All right, give this a try. I want you to simplify it. We have 100 minus 5 times 3 squared. What do you think? Nice. Someone says, I went to your link, but it didn't work for you. It didn't work for you? All right, I think it's Cher or Sherry. Give me a, because it was working. Give me, send me a message. Send me a message, because it should be working. All right, so we got a whole bunch of 65s, a bunch of 55s. Where can you purchase? I do have a link. I got some 55s, I got some 65s, 65s, 55s. Okay. What? Some interesting ones. Alright. We got a whole bunch of 55s. Luca with a hi. Hello, Luca. Okay, we got Morris, we got Trine. Okay, now we're starting to see. Oh, wait, now I got 56. Now I got 55s. Alright. Okay, let's take a gander. So, if you recall, let me slide this over a little bit because this is always important. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right. That is the part that everyone keeps missing, okay? So we have those PEMDAS. I know some people do like BOMDAS, okay? Sometimes have that BOMDAS, I think it's called. All right, here's the thing. You have to go from left to right after the exponents. So first off, I don't have any parentheses, so that's done. I do have one exponent. So that is 3 squared. 3 squared is not 3 times 2. It's not 6. Let it go. It's not. Okay? So if we're talking about 3 squared, we're talking about 3 times 3. And 3 times 3. So basically your exponent is telling the base, hey, what's up? Come here. I want you to multiply yourself 2 times. What am I? Just multiply yourself 2 times. That's what it's telling it. Okay? So that means, let me raise this up so I can get myself some room. We have 100 minus 5 times, which I'm going to use parentheses, times 9. Okay? So 3 squared, that's 3 times 3. That's where the 9 comes from. Now, this is the thing that everyone keeps doing. Stop it. I love you. I'm saying this out of love, but stop it. Stop saying, oh, it's 100 minus 5, so that's 95, and now I'm going to multiply 95 times 9. I know a lot of you guys did it, and you didn't put your answer in the chat. I know, right? But we have to go through the order of operations. This is no longer the 90s. We're not trying to imitate Madonna wearing our bras outside of our clothes, okay? Keep it under. So this is what we need to do. We have to multiply the 5 and the 9 first, because multiplication or division always comes before addition and subtraction. Okay, so that means we have our 100 minus 5 times 9, that gives me 45. Now I need to subtract the 100 minus the 45. Okay, and that's where everyone was getting with the 55s. Okay, so I don't think I have it in here. Oh yeah, that was in the other pack. Okay, so that's how we got our 55s. Are we okay? Okay, you're so welcome. Yes, it really is. Okay, can I help with Calc 3? No. So sorry. Love you, but definitely not it. Alright, so again, if you like these, please let me know. Let me know if you like them. These are basically really designed for people that, I want to say, like anyone in their 20s and up. Okay, you haven't seen math for a minute, or you have that thing called a math phobia, and you just want someone to break this stuff down. This is basically the platform for you. So anyone that's doing like advanced math and all kinds of technical, that's not me. It's not me. I love you. Thank you for coming, but that's not me. Okay? All right, so let's keep this party moving. Let's do another order of operation. Let's see if we can get this. All right? Okay. Never graduated. All right, so are you going to go back? Hey, Lynette. Not a problem. Right. There's multiple ways, guys. Multiple ways. Okay. I try to keep it as simple. 40 and relearning. Hey, welcome in. Are we allowed to, hold on, put the answers in the comment? Yes, you are. You're always allowed to put the answers in the comment. Okay, I will try to catch them because sometimes when people put their stuff up, it just goes like this really fast. So I'm trying to teach and like keep up with the thing. You know, I'm 53, guys. Please. You know, sometimes I don't feel 53, but sometimes it's just like, you know, it's there. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Pleasantine, for the gifts and for the hearts. Okay, if you just want to sign up for my fan club, the Mathletes. I know I'm stealing the name. I'm stealing it. I used to be a teacher. That's all teachers we do. We steal. Okay. But if you want to, like, do not sign up for the superfan thing. We're good. Trust me. You know, whatever you need, I'm willing to do what I need to do. All right. Oh, a day over the answer. You're such a flirt. All right, so I see a lot of 37s. I saw a whole lot of 37s. Got a couple 9s, a 61. I'm not sure if you're trying to figure out my age or what's going on. All right, you sent me a message? Okay, perfect. Please make sure if you do send me a message, tell me what you need. Don't just say hi because I'm going to delete it every time, okay? So, again, let's take a look. Let's raise it up. So we have, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right. Okay? So first thing, hey, we got parentheses this time. So I know if I was doing this as a test, I know I would take my exponent and then also do my parenthesis all in the same line. But I'm going to try to go by step, and you go at the pace that you want to go at, okay? So I know I can like easily combine that 7 squared, but I'm just going to rewrite it this time. Plus 3 minus. Now, inside this parenthesis, we're going to combine. That's the P. So 5 plus 10, that gives us 15. So the P is done. Now we're going to deal with the exponent. So 7 squared, so we got our 49, and bring everything else down. Okay? Do not combine the 3 and the 15 from left to right. Okay? All right? Just funny? Okay. So now we're going to take a look from left to right. Do we have any multiplication or division? No. So we can skip that step. Okay, we don't have to try to invent a multiplication part. We got to do what's right there in front of us. Right? Right? chat. Can you guys still see me? It's weird. I'm getting like weird stuff all the time. Yes? Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. TikTok is like, you're not connected. Where am I going? I'm not doing anything. Just sitting here doing math. Jeez. All right. So here we are. We got our 49 plus 3, so that gives us our 52 minus the 15. Okay? So now, remember, from left to right. So that's why we were able to combine these two first, because that's my left. Now we have our 52 minus our 15, so that will give us our 37. Okay. Can I show you how to make some money? Start working on TikTok with something that you love to do. I'm telling you, guys, people that are thinking about trying to start their business and try to be legit, people who don't know you will support you more than people who know you. Think about it. Okay? All right. Yeah, they're just doing a weird thing. Okay? So, if it's something that you're passionate about and you know that it's something that's needed to help people solve a problem, do it. Get started. You don't have to be all professional about it. You see me, I'm on my computer. You know, I know how to break down math. And what do? I put it together, put it on Amazon, create a book, put a price to it, and I'm helping people pass their GEDs. I'm helping people raise their scores. I had one person that had a score of 4 when they came to me, and they passed with a 60, you know that number, right? Almost got me, okay? But I also had people that came to me that were just right underneath 31, and they were hoping just to get a 40 or a 42, and they passed that bad boy with a 57, or somebody with a 67, and I had one person that passed it with a 96, and I had another one with a 71. It all depends on what they want to do and how much dedication they put that into it. Okay? Yeah. All right. So your test is tomorrow. All right. Cool. All right. How often? Any pre-calculus tutorials? Not too often. I just try to do as much as I can. All right. Now, let's try this one. Let's flip the script. So, we have x cubed minus 5 times x minus 6 minus 2y when x is 2 and y is 10. What is my answer? Okay, so this time we're not solving. We're doing what's called evaluating. Can I go do geometry? I do geometry for my tutoring. Okay. New for... Okay. All right. You got the answer, put it in. Guys, it's not like you have to raise your hand. Can I go to the bathroom? Dude, you're in your own house. Go. You can take the phone with you. I'm not going to know what you're doing. Okay, so I have some 8s. I have a negative 32. I have a 6. Do I do TSI algebra? That's part of this right here. Okay, you just did it. Okay. All right, so we got negative 32, right? Passing this. Passing this. That's cute. All right. It's always Michael with the Roman numerals. Love it. All right, so we got that. Good. All right. All right. So, had a combination of some 8s and some negative 32s. So, the fact that I'm getting 2 different answers, I got a negative 8 now. Got another negative 8, got a negative 48, got an 18, got an 8. All right, let's take a look. All right, very first thing. Let's see if I can use different pens for this. Let me raise this bad boy up. So, where we have x cubed, giving myself some room here. So wherever we see an x, we're going to put a 2. So I have my parenthesis, that's going to be cubed, minus 5, parenthesis, minus 6, minus 2, parenthesis. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to put a 2. So that means a 2 goes here, and a 2 goes here. And where I see a y, I'm going to put a 10. And the 10 goes there. So now, we're going to, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Let me see if I could put that. Let's slide this over. I'm going to put it right in this left-hand corner. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right. It's going to be engraved in your head, just in your brain. Okay? Because no matter what, when you take a test and you always get, you're like, I can sit here and say, what's a negative times a negative? You right away you go positive because it's engraved in your head. But then when you see it on the test, you tell them the answer is negative. I know, it's crazy. All right? So, parentheses, that's the first thing that we're doing. See, inside of this parenthesis is just one number. We don't have anything to combine. But inside of this parenthesis, we can combine. I know people say, oh, you could distribute the 5 to everything, but I don't have a variable in here anymore. I can just do 2 minus 6, and that will give me a negative 4. So if I bring everything down, I know I'm doing it step by step so you can all see it. So this was our 10, and this was our 2. So now we did the parenthesis. Boom. That's done. Now we're looking at the exponent. What's the exponent? Right here. 2 to the 3rd power. 2 to the 3rd power is not 6. 2 to the 3rd power, not 6. Okay? It's telling me I have my base of 2 and I'm multiplying it to itself 3 times. Okay, so 2 times 2, that gives us 4. 4 times 2, this will give us 8. Okay, so 2 to the 3rd power is 8. So now, when everybody was telling me, oh, it's 8, it's 8. Now we got this part. Ready? We have our negative 5 times negative 5, because since we did the exponent, now we're either doing multiplying or dividing. What we have is right here, the multiplying. So we have a negative 5 times a negative 4. Negative times negative, positive. 5 times 4, 20. Then we also have these two lovelies to do the multiplication. Negative 2 and negative 10. When the signs are opposite, your answer should be negative. And then 2 times 10, 20. All right? So we took care of the multiplying and dividing. Gone. All right? So, adding and subtracting. Adding and subtracting. From left to right. And I know a lot of us see the other thing. You're like, oh, the answer is 8. Because you see this. You see a positive 20 and a negative 20. And positive 20 and negative 20 gives you 0. And that means your answer is 8. Yes. But you also can do 8 plus 20. That gives me 28 minus 20. And 28 minus 20, that also gives you 8. Okay, so for those who are telling me negative 32s, do you see where you went left? Well, sorry, my thing's right. See where you went left. Okay. All right, money bag. If you have money bag, you shouldn't have to be promoting. Think about it. All right, thank you. All right. Yes, Ryan. Oh, okay. It said like 2 minus 6, yes. So 2 minus 6 will give you your negative 4. All right. Okay. How are we feeling? Easy peasy? Awesome. Okay. Now, just because it's easy peasy for you, It may not be easy peasy for someone else. So that's why I come on here and break these concepts down. Okay, again, if this is way too easy and you're like, we should do the derivative of this and that, this is not the platform. Okay, I appreciate you coming in. All right, thank you for the rose, Miss Black. Thank you, thank you. Okay. You love the breakdown? All right, lemon squeezy. There it is. See how everyone arrives at their answers. Yes. Okay. So math is cool. I know. Sometimes it is. It's wicked stupid sometimes. All right. Let's try. Oops. Yeah, we got time. Let's try this one. Okay. Take your time with it. Yep. Now, I think this Eloise is saying you don't like math, you go into college, and college algebra is a prerequisite. Yes, it is. And the speed of college algebra is so much quicker than what you do in high school. So much quicker. Like, you'll have the class for 12 weeks, depending on the professor, depends on the pace. So ask your counselors, ask people around, who's the better choice? And see if you can get into that class. Trust and believe. Okay. So you can't even read it? Why can't you read it? All right. Okay, not a problem. We'll welcome in. You don't have to be a student. This is also for people that are just like, I haven't seen math since I was a fetus. And this lady seems crazy enough to actually teach me something. Sometimes that happens. All right. Yeah, you can look at the ratings of the professors, but also ask the counselors. Be real. They know. They all know. And just be truthful, because anybody can write anything on those forms. Oh yeah, he's really great. Algebra 2 and pre-calculus combined. Yes, I can, expand. Surface area. So it's basically the area of the triangular prism, the area of all the sides. That's how you do new editor. That's how you do that. Okay, well, not a problem. Yeah, because sometimes, I'm saying, I'm trying to get myself ready for my next client. So sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to be here. And then all of a sudden I get another client and I'm going to take the client because I got bills to pay. I'm not even going to sit here and try to lie to y'all. All right, so we got some 16s, we got some 32s, we got some 2s, we got 1/2, we have 8, we have 10, we have 16, we have 2, we have 16, we have -16. We got some more 8s. You're intermediate right now, you need a tutor. Hey, just message me if you guys need tutors. If you need a tutor, even if you need a tutor, I only do 7th grade up to adults. I do not do younger, but I do have friends that do. So I can also help you in that retrospect. All right, we got a lot of different answers. We need to slow down. Let's take this one step by step. All right, so we have our 4. And they're telling us wherever we see an X, we're going to put another 4. So, and then we're going to have this -2, and wherever we see a Y, we're going to put a -2. So for my X, we got our 4, so there's a 4 here and a 4 there. For the Y's, we got a -2 here and a -2 there. Now, here's my suggestion. Let me take this away for a second, or actually, let me use this. Do one section at a time. Okay? We know we have to use PEMDAS. But inside this parenthesis, let me cover up like this. Inside this parenthesis, we have multiplication. Multiplication or addition always comes before addition or subtraction. Okay? So that means we have this -2 times a -2. So that means in this numerator, which I'm going to slide some oil to me, I'm going to have, inside of this parenthesis, we're going to have 4 plus 4. That's what's happening in here, because a negative times a negative gives us a positive, and 2 times 2 gives us 4. This 4 that we see here is the 4 that we substitute, but then it stays inside of a parenthesis because we have this other 4 that's outside. I know, there's a lot of 4s going on. So let me take away this for a second. 1, because I need more room. So we are no longer worrying about this. We're going to focus our attention on, oops, it's so sensitive. Flip. There you go. Okay, we're going to focus our attention on this. So inside the parenthesis, we got 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 gives us 8. So that means you have 4 times 8. And you can't see that because I need to do this. There we go. All right. So since we took care of that 4 plus 4 to give us this 8, and this 4 outside stays outside, now I can ignore this. Now I got to focus my attention here. So 4 times 8, that gives me 32. So my numerator is going to be 32. Now, let's go back to the original. You knew you're smart. Of course you're smart. What the hell? What's wrong with you people? Who has abused you? You guys are very highly intelligent people. You're children of God. Duh. All right, so now my denominator, I have 4 plus a negative 2. When the signs are opposite, that means you're really going to be subtracting. This is saying 4 minus 2. So 4 minus 2, that gives me 2. Right? Are we okay? So now, let's put it all together. Let me see if I got a different color pen. So our numerator was 32. Ooh, this is a fancy artsy pen. Don't know how I got it. Kleptomaniac. That's us teachers. You know, you be putting things in our hair, and all of a sudden at night, you're like, what is this? Yeah, okay. So now we got 32 divided by 2. That gives us 16. Okay, 3 minus 2 gives me 1. Bring down the 2, that makes it 12. And then 12 divided by 2 gives me the 6, which my answer is 16. Okay. All right, everyone's good? You feeling a little better? All right, trust me, I did not come out the womb a genius. This beautifulness that you see before you. I know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't giggle. I should really be positive. But I used to struggle at math. Like when there was fractions, hell no. As a kid, nope. Word problems, hell no. Wasn't doing that. Okay? I used to skip over those things. And people would be like, I never had a teacher to break it down until my senior year of high school. Mr. Caruso, the man was maybe 5 foot on a good day. Okay? But he was all of that. So I learned by practicing. I've learned I was thrown into the wolves when I started with teaching. I had to figure it out. If I really wanted to keep my job, I had to figure it out. Then I learned, wait, there's a loophole here. Wait, there's a structure here. That's why I was able to stay in the classroom for 22 years. Then I just got tired of all the craziness. The meetings about the email about the meeting, bleh. Okay? It was ridiculous. But then I started doing my own tutoring. This is my 3rd year doing tutoring. No, what am I talking about? My 6th year of doing tutoring. And then I just decided to put my knowledge inside books. Everybody always looks for a book, right? Everybody's always looking for a book. So this, if anything, there's a link in my bio, and it should be working. It's a link tree, so it should automatically go straight to my stuff. And then you'll be able to break all these concepts down. So this gives you some extra practice. Now, if you're trying to get your GED or the ASVAB and you really want someone to break it down, because my tutoring sessions, I'm going to be honest, it's $87, okay? It's a nice piece of change, right? Because I'm good at what I do. I get great success. If you're not sure, Google me. Audrey Codner, that's my name. Google me. Look at all the reviews on there. Okay? But what I'm doing, and I just almost released, I got 3 more days and the other volume will be up and running. I released this for you guys. Okay? This was my December. I'm putting together volumes, right? Books, volumes of all these. And they're not all the same book, okay? This one takes you all the way to the beginning. Integers, decimals, exponents. So what you do, you simply, there's a QR code, and it's going to be in the front of the book, that when you scan it, I'll give you instruction. It's like a 20-minute video. You can pause it, you can fast forward, you can do whatever. You can sit, you take notes. After you take notes, there's going to be a practice section. You write down the practice. I'll give you room for that. And then after you do a certain amount of practice, I give you some extra practice problems to do. Okay? Nothing too overwhelming, just enough for you to solidify that do you really understand the concepts. You can do all of them, you can do some of them. That's why I say algebra at your pace. Then you have the answer key in the back. Then after you do a lot of these extra practice problems and all this, then I give you a quiz at the end to really make sure that you understand the concepts. And then on top of that, I give you the answers. Then if you want more detailed, you can scan the QR code to get more detail on how to do the problems. And that's an additional $5.99. But then I also give you resources. Okay, a lot of these resources are in my algebra math book. So resources, how to do things, how to expand, what are the properties of exponents. Here we are. Remember this? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, all of this is here. So, and then on top of it, I throw in my factor sheet, just in case you don't remember most of the multiplications. But if you can find the factors, aka the products, that will multiply together to give you those, all of them are right here. Most factor sheets that you see online is up to 100. Mine is up to 200. Because I love you. That's what I do. This is what happens when you're divorced. You're like, I got time on my hands. What do I do? Go drink? No. Why? I'm going to have a headache the next day. What's the problem with that? I'm going to sit here and do a factor sheet. So, all right. Could you go over probabilities? Not today. Okay? So if you guys need a tutor, hey, go ahead. Message me. All right? So I already told you what my price is. Then I also give you all these resources. Now the first one, I also give you the exponents flashcards. So if you're not too sure about how to do your exponents, hey, here's the problems. And then all of a sudden, once you cut these out or, make a copy of it and fold it, this will be the front and this will be the back. So it kind of help you along. And if you know who wrote this book, Audrey Codner, right here, this chick, didn't I just tell you all of December? I have no life. I'm just kidding. I'm going to have a life soon. Really, I am. And of course, in the back of it, if you ever want any of my tutoring, if you want to scan this, go ahead and scan this right now. All right. Exactly. So this is what you need to do. All right. So all of that. So this one is volume 1. That's the basics. Then we build off of it. Order of operations, functions. How do you know if it's a function? How it's not a function? Factors, ratios. Then solving equations. If you want to solve one-step equation like x plus 4 equals 9. You want to do two-step equations, multi-step equations, equations when the variables on both sides are equal sign. That's the one that always gets people. Then you have, I was busy in December. How you doing? Then you have your linear equations. So if you're looking at slope, equation of the line, graphing it, looking at system of equations, system of inequalities, graphing linear inequalities, that is all here. Okay? Not sure? Don't even know? Here we go. Determine slope, intercept. Got some questions, got some quiz. Parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, slope. Now, for all those that are taking your GED or high school equivalent, see, I'm going to help you with some of the graphing. Okay, all that is in there. That's volume 4. Now, for those that are taking GED and ASVAB, especially GED, this is where all your 4-point questions are. This volume, and factoring. Factoring is coming up, okay? Then you have your inequalities, your systems, your absolute values. All that is volume 6, and I just released 7 and 8. It's not up on the A yet. You know the A, the brown box with the smile on face. But it's coming up. And then this was another one that I did, the formulas review. Like, okay, how many formulas do I have to deal with the GED, the ASVAB, the ACCUPLACER, or just in algebra? So I have a lot of the formulas that you can use as flashcards to figure out. Okay, so for this one, you have your complementary angles. This one, you have your axis of symmetry. I try not to put it front and back because I really want you to do the matching. Like, this is the question, do the problems, then that will be the answer. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so that was my December. But there's tons more. But if anything, go to the link in my bio. It will take you directly to where you want to go. Not only do I have physical copies, I also have digital copies. Trust me, I understand. Money's tight. Okay? It's tight like me and my Spanx. Okay? So, especially lately, especially this winter. Damn, I was doing so well before all the snowstorm. But these are my pricing. So let me see if I can take you on a little trip. Alright, got to get going soon. Alright, so this is basically the pricing. So the physical copy of the books is $24.99 because it's not just like any other workbook that just gives you tons of problems and tons of answers. You actually have a person explaining step by step how to do it. Okay? Alright, take care, Michael. Thank you for stopping in. But if you want the digital copy, it's the same exact physical book, but it's digitized. You print out what you need to print out. Enough said. Okay, you still have the same codes and everything. All right, same with the math flash books. So any of these, I have several of these. I have some for multiplying, for dividing, for factoring, for squares and square roots, which is like these lovely things, and cubes. There we go. I know it's backwards, but cubes and cube roots. I also have for all of my people that have math phobia and word problems, I have cards that's going to help you with your word problems. Let me put it up here. So if I say 2/3 of a number, a lot of people are like, I don't know what that is. That's going to be 2/3 of a number. So you're dividing the 2 and the 3, but you're multiplying it to another number. So if I wanted to say the product of a number and 10, what does that mean? What's product mean? You always see this stuff in word problems and you have no idea what it is. Well, that's 10 times n. Okay, and I'm using the letter n for all of these. So you can't be like, oh, I just mixed a Q with the Q. I know, we're all kinds of slick. All right, so that's what I'm doing with these things. So I have to get going. I'm so grateful that some of you guys stayed. But if you have any questions on like what do you want to purchase, or if you have questions that is math related or about tutoring, don't hesitate to message me. But please tell me what you want. Don't just say, hi, I saw your live, and then that's it. I'm going to delete it, okay? Because I got too many scammers, too many stalkers. I don't know why I started doing face videos, but here we are. All right. So if you're curious, it could be working great for you. Maybe you have a student that's taking like homeschool. This is great for homeschool parents. Gives you alleviation. Get them away from the computer for 5.2 seconds, right? Let them play a little bit of a matching game, learn a little bit of math, so they'll be able to get their stuff done. All right? So thank you again for coming on in. Again, if you want any of these, the link is definitely in the bio. Most of my views, if you, let's see if I can put all this in here. I know there's so much going on. All right, so if you ever want to support me, it's great that a lot of people were like going 24K, a lot of people looking, lots of gifts. Oh, thank you. Like 12K hearts. I appreciate that. You know, but if anything, if you want to create a post saying, hey, I just met this awesome chick, you guys should go to her live. You should contact her. Or if you want to, go ahead and follow me here on TikTok. But there's other places that you can follow me. You can follow me here. Here's my name. But here is the next one. If you need support, if you want to go through all of my lives, you can. You can go here. Okay, so let me raise it up. Okay, go here. Look up here. And then there is a playlist that says TikTok Lives. All of my TikToks from February 2nd of last year is on there. So if you need help with factoring, there's a live there. If you need help with the 4-point type questions that's going to be on the GEDs, there's a live there. Okay? If you need help with just breaking down fractions, there's a live there. All right? So if you don't want to, that's another way that you can support. Okay? You're going to stalk me? Stalk away. Get in line. I got like about 5 of them going on right now. It's hilarious. No, it's not, but I'm just going to work it through. Give it to God. All right, so I'm going to get going. The acronym for ACG. It used to be my name, Audrey Codner Gibson, but the Gibson part has died. She's dead. So we're moving forward. But now it's for algebra, geometry, and college algebra. Yeah. School class one. All educational content. There you go. Do it, peace. Do it, do it, do it. G's for geometry. Yup. All right. Not a problem. Get it. Just get it and do it. Okay. Give yourself space. And that's the main reason why I called this book Algebra at Your Pace. Okay. Because if you're taking a regular class, it's great. But you are basically going to be taking this class for like 12 weeks, and the pace is going to be quick. They're going to jump from one concept to another concept to another concept, and it's going to feel overwhelming. All right? So that's why I really took into mind like people going back to school. Like that's who I'm really designing this for. People that haven't been in school for a minute, but they still want to get their GED. They still want to do well on the ASVAB, but there's certain concepts they feel like they've never learned, because they might have to leave school early. You know what I'm saying? So those are the people that I'm looking for. But anybody and everyone can access this. Okay? My test. Figure out after my class. Okay, definitely, Candy. Let me know. Do I recommend for intermediate algebra? It all depends on what section you are struggling with. If it's solving equations or doing anything linear, my suggestion will be maybe 3 or 4 if you want to start, because I don't know how you are with solving equations. Okay. GED Monday. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. All of it. I've been in school. Yep. Start at volume 1 and then work on. So again, the link is in my bio. If for some weird freakish reason it's not, just message me. Okay, message me and I'll take you to where you need to go to. All right. So again, when you take these exams, please, please, please don't think I gotta pass, I gotta pass, I gotta pass, because you're not gonna pass. Every time you have that go like I gotta pass it, I gotta pass it, I gotta pass it, you're not going to pass. You have to just be like, look, I looked at this, I've done this, and I understand a good majority. And don't forget process of elimination. Once you understand the basics, you can do a process of elimination. If you notice that your graph, let me go to the right hand, from left to right is going up, that means you have a positive slope. But if you look at most of your answers are giving you a negative number in front of your X value, and you got one that's giving you a positive, that's your answer. Click it, bubble it, circle it, and move on. Okay? Don't be like, oh yeah, I remember Audrey talked about this. We don't have time for reflection. That time is keep going. Okay? ASVAB, they're going to give you 1 minute per question. And sometimes you may need all of it, and some of it you don't. It's like you answer a question, move it to the next one. Answer a question, move to the next one. Once they feel that you're staying too long on one question because they're observing, they're going to tell you to move on, soldier. That's exactly what they're going to tell you. Move on, soldier. It's an intimidation. Okay? All right. Gotta go. Is the hard copy on A? Yes, it is, Web. Yes, it is. And I have a link in my bio that will take you directly to it. Okay? You haven't been in school since 2010? Hey, that's fine. That's okay. the fact that you want to go back and get what you need to get, I'm so proud of you. All right? Okay, guys, I will try. I'll probably have to be on a little bit earlier tomorrow. I'll try to fit in it. I will try. Okay? All right, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your day and keep working. If you have questions, message me. Okay? I'm serious. I will message you back. Maybe not this second, but I'll definitely message you back. All right? Okay. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.